Step 10. Tests with React testing library and TypeScript. Let's install the dependencies. I will install the testing library React from the Vitest. We install Vitest, testing library React, testing library JSDOM, and testing library user event. So for this works, we need to set up some things on the running. So first of all, we need to find the vite.config.ts. And here we will import from config vitest config. Okay, and define config. You can put the test here and copy and paste how you put on the description. After this, we need to put the test object here. So globals needs to be true. Environment needs to be JSDOM. So setup files. We need to set up this. Inside the source, we will create setup tests.ts. And here, we will import the library testing library JSDOM. And here on the vite config, let's put setup files. Source setup tests.ts. So let's create our first component test. In the welcome.tsx, we will create the welcome.test.tsx. And here, we will import the welcome component from welcome. Let's do the test. The first test will be renders welcome, the string welcome, with name prop. To do this, the second parameter of the test will be a function that render import render and screen from testing library React. So we will render here the welcome component with the name developer. And we expect screen dot get by text. Needs to have welcome written developer, the same string from here. To be in the document. For this, we need to install this npm I save that types just to work well inside of. Okay, I just put a character down here. So let's install the types test, and this will work for us. So in the package JSON, I will configure JSON scripts. I will create a test script that runs Vitest. So if you run npm test, this must be work. You need to install this yes, don't yes. Okay, let's test this. Two T's here. Let's see. Okay, the test passed. Renders welcome with the name prop. So yes, it rendered. So we have a test for a component here. Now we can do some other tests for the render list, the user list. So for the user list, user list dot test dot tsx. Okay, test. Renders loading message when users are empty. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, so let's render a component here. So let's do that. We need to put a provider here from Redux because we are loading these from Redux. The store, we have this store. Let's import this store from the Redux here and needs to have a render. Okay, we need to import the render and the screen from Library React. So it will render here. Put the user list here. I will put users an empty array, loading false, and I will not put the or here because we are not looking for it, and we need to expect the screen dot get by text. We need to have loading three dots inside to be in the document. Maybe work. Okay, it worked. It runs loading message when users are empty. Okay, this is a test, another component test that you use at the provider from Redux because it will not work if it not works. Okay, so for the Redux, we can do some test cases for the Redux ones. Inside the features here, and I will make a test for the counter slice. So let's do this. Counter slice.test.ts. Let's describe this case test. So counter reducer that receives should handle initial state. So this, the first test closer would be should handle initial state. So what do we expect here? Counter reducer. I will break lines here to be more clear. Counter reducer, which import the counter slice here. Or counter reducer from counter slice. Counter reducer. First one will be undefined because I want to get just the initial state. The second one will be type undefined, not undefined, an empty string. It should be true equal value 0. Should handle initial state. Okay. Let's do another closure. Should handle increment. So let's do the increment. So expect counter reducer. The initial state should be I will put value 1. After this, I will increment, it will be important here, 2. This must be to equal value 2. So the value is 1. We will increment. The value must be 2 because we increment 1. It must works. Okay, should handle increment. Now let's do decrement. Called decrement. The value is 1. We decrement 1 must be 0. Okay. Hey, it passed. That works very well. And handle increment by amount. So the value will be initialized with 0. Increment by amount. I will initialize it with 1. And we will increment 5. And must be 6. That worked. Yeah, you can create any of them. So you can ask for a compiler, for example, create more 2 test closures in this file, and they will create. You can. Oh, I don't want below 0 should increment negative value. So it passed. So you can create any of these things with AI or for yourself or for some rule that your project manager asked for you. So we ended all of the steps.